If I were the government and my goal was to prevent people from reaching their full potential and fulfilling their life purpose, I would use systemic methods to create environments where personal growth is stunted. Here's how I would approach it. Guys, welcome back to the video. This is going to be an interesting one. There's two of these. This one, I ask artificial intelligence. I said, hey, if you were the government and you wanted to take control of people, how would you do it? This is the response. Are you ready for it? If I were the government and my goal was to prevent people from reaching their full potential and fulfilling their life purpose, I would use systemic methods to create environments where personal growth is stunted. Here's how I would approach it. Again, if you look at the last 4 years since COVID, and even the last 100 years of how America's changed, pretty scary. Number one, control education. I design an education system that prioritizes conformity over creativity, critical thinking, and individual development. By focusing on rote memorization and standardized testing, I'd ensure people are trained to follow instructions rather than think independently or challenge the status quo. If you didn't know, our education system came over on a Prussian model that was used to indoctrinate people into war. Because they found that when young men got drafted and went to war, they wouldn't just blindly follow orders. They used their own brain. So they said we were not getting them young enough to indoctrinate them to follow orders blindly. So they created this education system that when they were young, they put in there and they went, our modern day education system. And then that system came to America. The Rockefellers created that system because he literally said, we need a nation of workers, not a nation of thinkers. So our education system was to model citizens at a young age for 12 to 13 years to put them through a system to when they graduated, they could go to a corporate environment or a factory style environment and work shifts because they were used to it their whole life. There you go. Number two, encourage debt dependency. I foster a culture where debt is normalized and even encouraged. Student loans, credit cards, mortgages, ensuring that most people are financially constrained. With constrained financial stress, they'd be less likely to take risks, follow their passions, and invest in their growth. You're always need that how many percentage of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck? You have to show up to work. You can't take a risk because you need that extra paycheck. And if they come out with a rule saying you got to take this jab, you got to take this thing, or you don't get a paycheck, what do? Leave that on you. 3, regulate information. By controlling the media and limiting access to diverse viewpoints, I'd shape the narrative people are exposing to promote fear, division, and narrow understanding of the world. In doing so, I'd suppress the free exchange of ideas, keeping people from exploring new perspectives that could inspire them to grow or break free from society limits. Controlling free speech. This one hurts me. Overregulate small businesses. I would make it difficult for individuals to start or grow their own businesses through heavy regulation, taxation, and bureaucratic red tape. By creating obstacles for entrepreneurs, I discourage innovation and make it hard for people to pursue financial independence or leadership roles. As someone who had their business raided and tried to shut down through, that whole period of time, and it's not getting any easier. Come on, November. Let's hopefully people vote the right way and we lower taxation, make it, improve the economy. I don't want to go on a tangent, but the shit matters, people, let me tell you. And this is how they're doing it. This is a playbook. Number 5, promote a culture of fear. If we haven't seen that over the last 4 years or more. I'd emphasize threats, both external and internal, through fear-based messaging, whether it's about terrorism, crime, health risk, or economic collapse. Keeping people in a state of fear would paralyze their ability to think clearly and act boldly toward their own personal goals. This is robots, man. Robots are giving us the playbook. Number 6, create distraction and consumerism. I would foster a consumer-driven society where the pursuit of material goods is elevated as a path to happiness. By encouraging people to constantly seek external validation through purchases and status symbols, they'd focus more on shallow, short-term satisfaction than on meaningful personal fulfillment. Oh, dang. Number 7, this has been going on for the last 5 decades. Since the 60s, they started really hard in the 60s. Erode community and family values. I'd subtly weaken the fabric of family and community through policies that promote individualism over connection. By breaking down support systems and isolating people, they'd be more likely to feel disconnected and lost, lacking strong relationships that often propel personal growth. It's been an attack on the family since the 60s. And what have we seen? Are we better? No, we're not. We're slowly getting worse. Community and family values is one of the strongest things that you can do for your children, which means you have to have them. suppress holistic health. I'd promote a healthcare system that focused on treating symptoms rather than addressing the root causes of or encouraging preventive wellness. With people constantly managing physical and mental health crises, they would be less likely to have the energy and clarity to pursue personal development. We are the Prozac Nation. It is wild to me that if you consider growing your own food, being healthy, working out, not being overweight, you're considered a rebel and a threat. That's the world that we're living in. It's bizarre. Number 9, discourage independent thought. Through social pressure, I'd push people to conform, dissuading them from questioning authority or challenging traditional norms. By fostering a culture of compliance, I'd ensure that people stick to safe, predictable paths rather than exploring their own unique talents or purpose. If this doesn't hit home, people, damn. Number 10, subsidize dependence. I would create government programs that reward dependence rather than encourage self-reliance. Through welfare systems that trap people in a cycle of dependency, many would be discouraged from striving for independence, entrepreneurship, or their own personal best. I'm telling you guys, it's been going on for decades, but the last 4 years has been, the robot playbook. It's like they asked AI before we had AI. What did we do? Number 11, limit access to mentorship and resources. I'd ensure that personal development resources like coaching, mentorship, or access to specialized knowledge are limited or prohibitively expensive for the general population. With fewer people able to afford guidance, only a small elite would have access to transformational tools. Damn. And this is why a lot of our ads for the Agoge get flagged for not following community guidelines. I launched a shirt that said, "Make Fathers Great Again." Got taken down on Instagram because it said it did not follow community guidelines. And the Agoge coaching program is $249 a month, by the way. Just roll that out there. Number 12, last one. Cultivating division and identity politics. I would push division across political, racial, and socioeconomic lines, ensuring that people are focused on their differences rather than their commonalities. By encouraging identity-based conflict, I'd keep people from uniting around shared goals and stifle collective progress. And it wraps up by saying these tactics would quietly create a society where most individuals are distracted, dependent, and unable to tap into their full potential. By subtly managing their environment, beliefs, and opportunities, and ensure that the majority of people remain within a system's boundaries, never fully realizing their true capabilities. Guys, if that's not the government playbook and what's been happening over the last 4 years strongly, and then the last real 4 or 5 decades, just do the opposite. You want to take control of your life, you want to take control of your family, you want to take control of your community, and you want to make this country great again, do the opposite of that right there. That's it. Guys, I did the same one. I asked AI, if I were Satan, how could I keep people from living their full potential? You can click that video somewhere right here. If you have questions or more thoughts, drop them in the comments. Other than that, Agoge Live is happening November 2nd and 3rd. Links below. The Agoge coaching group that I run, that we meet 4 times a week. We talk about all this different stuff. We talk about what's in the other video. We talk about what's in this video and how to make you the captain of your ship, that you are the CEO of your life. That link is below as well. I'd love to see you in there. I'd love for you to have that personal relationship with me as I've built 2 8-figure business and a 7-figure business. I want to help you do the same. And if it's not that, I just want to help you be the best father, husband, person that you can be, because they are relying on you. And it's something that's deeply passionate to me. I'm in this fight with you, and I want what's best for you. So come join us. Other than that, never quit, never surrender, always forward. We'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.